Functions of the respiratory system, how we breathe. Have you ever stopped for a moment and wondered how your body keeps you alive every second of the day and night without asking for your attention? One of the most remarkable systems working silently inside your body is the respiratory system. It is responsible for delivering oxygen to every cell and removing carbon dioxide, which is produced as waste during metabolism. Without this incredible system, human life would only last a few minutes. Breathing seems simple because we do it automatically thousands of times each day. We inhale and exhale without even thinking about it, yet behind every breath is a complex process involving several organs, muscles and microscopic structures working together in perfect harmony. The journey of air begins at the nose or mouth. The nose is specially designed to prepare the air before it enters the lungs. Tiny hairs inside the nostrils trap dust, pollen and other particles. The lining of the nasal passages warms and moistens the air, making it suitable for the delicate tissues deeper in the respiratory tract. From the nose the air moves into the pharynx, also known as the throat. This passage serves both the respiratory and digestive systems. Air continues into the larynx, commonly called the voice box. The larynx contains the vocal cords which vibrate when air passes through them, allowing us to speak, sing and produce sounds. Below the larynx lies the trachea or windpipe. This tube is supported by rings of cartilage that keep it open and prevent it from collapsing. The trachea divides into two large branches known as the bronchi. One bronchus enters the right lung while the other enters the left lung. Inside each lung the bronchi divide again and again into smaller tubes called bronchioles. These tiny airways eventually end in clusters of microscopic air sacs known as alveoli. There are hundreds of millions of alveoli in the lungs, creating an enormous surface area for gas exchange. Gas exchange is the most important function of the respiratory system. Oxygen from the inhaled air passes through the thin walls of the alveoli into the bloodstream. At the same time, carbon dioxide moves from the blood into the alveoli so it can be exhaled from the body. This exchange happens rapidly and continuously, ensuring that all body tissues receive the oxygen they need. Oxygen is essential because cells use it to produce energy through a process called cellular respiration. Nutrients from food are converted into usable energy. The body depends on this energy for muscle movement, brain activity, digestion, circulation, and countless other functions. Without a constant supply of oxygen, cells begin to die. Removing carbon dioxide is equally important. Carbon dioxide is produced whenever cells generate energy. If too much carbon dioxide accumulates in the blood, it can make the blood acidic and interfere with normal body functions. The respiratory system prevents this buildup by expelling carbon dioxide during exhalation. Another important function of the respiratory system is maintaining the balance of acids and bases within the body by controlling how much carbon dioxide is retained or released. The lungs help regulate blood pH. This balance is vital because even small changes in blood acidity can affect the function of organs, enzymes, and tissues. The respiratory system also plays a key role in speech and communication. As air leaves the lungs, it passes through the vocal cords, causing them to vibrate. Different movements of the tongue, lips, and mouth shape these vibrations into words, sounds, and songs. Human communication would not be possible without the respiratory system. In addition to speaking, the respiratory system contributes to our sense of smell. Specialized sensory cells located in the upper part of the nasal cavity detect odor molecules carried in the air. These receptors send signals to the brain, allowing us to recognize thousands of different scents. Smell enhances our enjoyment of food, warns us about dangers such as smoke or spoiled food, and influences emotions and memories. The respiratory system provides important protection against harmful substances. Mucus lining the airways traps bacteria, viruses, dust, and pollutants. Tiny hair-like structures called cilia move this mucus upward toward the throat, where it can be swallowed or expelled by coughing. This natural cleaning mechanism helps keep the lungs healthy and reduces the risk of infection. Breathing itself is made possible by muscles, especially the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a large dome-shaped muscle located beneath the lungs. When it contracts, it moves downward, increasing the size of the chest cavity. This expansion creates negative pressure that draws air into the lungs. During exhalation, the diaphragm relaxes, moving upward and pushing air out. Physical activity greatly increases the demand for oxygen. During exercise, muscles consume more energy and produce additional carbon dioxide. The respiratory system responds by increasing the rate and depth of breathing, allowing more oxygen to enter the bloodstream and more carbon dioxide to leave the body. Several factors can affect respiratory health. Smoking, air pollution, allergies, infections, and occupational exposure to harmful chemicals can damage lung tissues and impair breathing. Chronic conditions such as asthma, bronchitis, and emphysema can significantly reduce lung function and quality of life. Maintaining healthy lungs is essential. Regular exercise strengthens respiratory muscles. Eating a balanced diet supports immune function. Staying hydrated helps keep mucus thin and easy to remove. Avoiding smoking and minimizing exposure to polluted air are among the most effective ways to protect respiratory health. Every breath we take is a reminder of the remarkable efficiency of the human body. The respiratory system works tirelessly from the moment we are born until our final breath, supplying oxygen, removing waste, maintaining balance, supporting speech, and defending against harmful invaders. Understanding how we breathe not only increases our appreciation for human biology but also encourages us to care for our lungs and make choices that support lifelong health.